Now, in the Ketan Agrawal murder case, police sources have made fresh claims, viewers, and that's regarding the alleged conspiracy. They say that after realizing there was no way to break the marriage with Ketan Agrawal, accused Sia Goyal and Chetan Chaudhary allegedly grew closer and began exploring ways to remove him. According to sources, from June 15, both allegedly searched online for methods including poisoning, causing permanent harm, or staging an accident. Investigators further claim that they later focused on Lohagad Fort, knowing Ketan's interest in trekking and forts, and allegedly identified it as a location to carry out the crime. Police sources also say that during an earlier visit on May the 31st, Sia had first taken Ketan to Lohagad, where she allegedly considered the possibility of committing the act, and later shared this with Chetan Chaudhary. And viewers, the irony really is that here was, this man who was trying to serenade a woman that he was going to marry. We'd shared all of those videos and the kind of stuff that he was doing for her. On the other hand, there is a very young 20-year-old woman who is finding ways to kill him. And I want to go back to Shweta Verma, my colleague, joining me live from Mumbai. Shweta, of course, we were discussing in the morning, as I said, that this was another ploy that she was trying to use, which is slow poison to kill him. And when that perhaps wasn't, something that they wanted to do, this is what they zeroed in on, the Lohagad Fort, to push him off the cliff.
That's right, Vishal. In fact, this is disheartening to learn how and what kind of methods was Sia was actually thinking of. Number one is, of course, she Googled about the slow poisoning that could substantially harm Ketan Agrawal or make him differently abled, or make him some way or the other not being normal. Having said that, the second attempt was also, of course, of staging a road accident. If that is not possible, then what to do so that they can get away with the murder? The safest way, what they found, was on Lohagad Fort. Now remember, on 31st of May, Ketan Agrawal took Sia to Lohagad Fort, and that was the moment where she realized that what if she pushes the Ketan Agrawal from there, and nobody will actually make it sound like a murder. It can be a tragic accident. And she went in the very same evening. She spoke to Chetan there, and then they started thinking about it on a very serious note. And then we have seen on 14th of June, Ketan Agrawal and Sia Goyal, both of them went to Lohagad Fort, and what we have seen is, with God's grace, Ketan was in fact saved. But however, for their second attempt, which was foiled, they met we are talking about the duo Sia and Chetan met on 17th of June, and they wanted to desperately execute the murder plan. And on 18th, in fact, they did it, and unfortunately, they were successful.
All right, Shweta, stay on with me. We have more revelations coming in. After the marriage was finalized, Sia stayed away from Chetan for a few days. At that time, her marriage was finalized only after she agreed to the marriage. And after that, she started talking to Chetan again. Now, she did not want to marry Ketan no matter what. 2 months had passed since the marriage was finalized. So, of course, Shweta, we've discussed the trajectory of this. She was introduced by her brother to Chetan, and then she didn't want to marry him. But while she was engaged, she kept continuing to have these thousands of hours of conversations with him that have come out. What more can you tell us?
Right. In fact, despite getting engaged to some other person here, in this particular case, Sia Goyal was engaged to Ketan Agrawal, but despite that, she continued her talking with Chetan Chaudhary under the pretext of being good friends, and they know each other from quite a long time. And Ketan did mention this about Sia's inclination towards Chetan Chaudhary to his parents as well. And now Chetan Chaudhary was only, a friend of Sia. This was the part what Ketan in fact knew. And Ketan and Chetan, remember, very importantly, both had spoken over a WhatsApp call. This has been confirmed to us by Vishal Agrawal, father of late Ketan Agrawal. Now he said that our son was somewhere knowing about this name that has come time and again from Sia's mouth, and they had spoken once a while over a WhatsApp call, but never met in person. So here we completely see that how Sia, despite being engaged and fiancée of Ketan Agrawal, she continued her friendship or alleged relationship with Chetan Chaudhary.
All right, Shweta, stay on with me.